Hey, what's up? This is Just Plain Nonsense.
I'm Michael.
And this guy is Rob. I'm Rob. All right. So we have Amanda in the studio today. Say hi, Amanda.
Hey, y'all.
She's our number one fan. She decided to come back and hang out with us today. Michael.
She's also filling in for Jay Whaley. What do you say his new radio name is going to be?
Jay.
Jay.
Just Jay.
Yeah, filling in for Jay.
So she's Jay today.
Hey, Jay.
Hey.
So her voice is a little too high to be Jay.
Not by much. Burn.
All right. Did you have something you wanted to talk about?
A lot of things, but I also want to have a shout out to our studio audience right now. Shane, he's asleep, and then
as per usual, Shane is asleep.
My new friend, but not your guys' new friend, Dylan.
He's actually my new friend. I just met him today.
Well, you have hours of experience and friendship on me.
That is true.
But yeah,
so I've noticed that we are very similar. He and I are very alike.
Yeah,
and I kind of wanted to.
He's very us-like in nature. Very familiar.
Very us-like. That's fun. Why aren't you saying anything, Amanda?
I don't know. I'm just.
He's your friend. You brought him here.
Oh, okay.
She's like, because you won't shut up and let me.
Yeah.
I got your back, Jay.
Thanks.
Jamanda.
I appreciate it.
Jamanda.
Anyway, he's going to be known as Dilly Dilly from now on.
Thank you. Was that Bud Light?
Yeah. Or Dill.
I have a lot of Dill nicknames, and there's a lot of those common ones because I have a brother named Dylan too. So
okay, great. So you have
Dill.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's heard them all, but
yeah,
they're new to us, so we're going to use the crap out of them.
Yeah, you have a lot of experience then.
Oh yeah, with Dylanery.
Yeah.
All right. So are you done? Are you ready for me to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have some stories that I have to tell you, Michael, since we haven't been together in a little while.
Hey, I'm here too.
I guess I'll tell Amanda too.
Okay. And Dildo.
Yeah, that guy.
Whenever there's something wrong, we'll be like, Dill don't.
Dill do. Okay. So I just wanted to say that I almost died twice last week. Just last week, I almost died twice. So here are my stories, if you want to hear them. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to tell Michael then. So a friend of mine and I were on our way to Indiana. And we're driving down the highway. It's 65, I think, is where we were. And then we're driving in the left lane. And then all of a sudden, this ginormous semi starts moving over into our lane. And he comes over and
now,
he comes
65,
over.
Is that the speed limit or the town name?
That's the highway.
Oh, that was really dumb. Sorry, go ahead.
And we're cutting that out. No, it was Indiana 65. So we're going down, and then the semi starts moving over and pushing us off. And we start going off into the shoulder. And this is one of those, where the highways will split, and you have that huge thing of trees in the middle, and you got like eastbound traffic on one side, westbound traffic on the other, and there's two lanes on both sides. So we've only got 2 lanes to go, and we're coming up on like a giant ditch where there's like those guardrails on both sides. So this dude's pushing us over and over and over. We get off onto the shoulder, and he keeps coming over. We end up in the grass, going 80 miles an hour.
Wait, was this intentional? Is this aggressive? Or
No, I don't think he was paying attention.
Is he on his phone?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
He may have been. Whenever we passed him, I looked over and he just looked like he was like dead eyes just straight ahead.
I wonder if he's like super tired.
That probably was because those truckers drive a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we ended up in the grass, 80 miles an hour, and like we're fishtailing our the back end of our car is fishtailing back and forth.
No, is that a fishtail?
Well, I mean, we slid back one way and then back the other and then straightened it out and then got back on the road because we slowed down enough to get behind him.
That's why I think we should legalize cocaine, but only for truck drivers.
Just so they can stay away.
Like, there's so many incidents with them zoning out.
Do you think there's like a more?
They shouldn't call it cocaine. Make it a prescription thing.
Call it cocaína.
Yeah. Cocaína.
What?
That's the Spanish word for it.
But this isn't necessarily a problem limited to Spanish-speaking locations.
No, I'm saying we could call it something different. We'll just call it cocaína.
Oh, yeah, Dad.
Get on my level, bro.
You're right, bro. I need you to drink more energy drinks.
Okay, so here's my second time that I almost died this week. So I'm driving down the back roads. I'm headed to my weekend job. And I'm heading there. I'm doing about 60 miles an hour, as you do, in a 45 mile an hour zone.
Because you're running late, like always.
Yeah, I was already 10 minutes late. Legit 10 minutes late, not like I'm 10 minutes late. No, I was like literally 10 minutes late. So I'm flying down the road, and then all of a sudden I see this car coming around a corner, and he's in my lane. Not like creeping over the line. He was in my lane, almost perpendicular to the traffic. So, to the traffic. So I'm like driving around and I'm doing about 60.
My buddy Dylan.
I'm doing about 60 heading toward this guy. And he's like not even watching. He's looking down and not watching. And he's coming across into my lane. I'm just like, I go off almost into the grass. And I'm like super, super scared. Slam on my brakes. This dude finally sees what he's doing and moves over into his lane. I was probably, I don't know, 100 feet from hitting him maybe. Super duper scary.
So what you're telling us is not to ride in the car with you.
Yeah, that's typically it.
Yeah.
You know,
you've ridden in the car with me plenty of times.
Yeah,
and you've never died yet.
Plenty of times I've been pretty scared. Like today on the way to IHOP. Oh, sorry, IHOB.
What happened on the way to IHOP?
You're just driving like a maniac, like always.
I'm going to keep calling it IHOP. I'm going to resist.
Oh.
No.
Did you just say LOL?
Yeah. Well, I can't type it on here. So, I actually had a car story this week. Now that you just reminded me of that, but it wouldn't have resulted in death unless it was just some freaky weird stuff because it was only like a couple miles an hour. But where you cut into the plaza area in the town that I live,
right?
I got a lot of stalkers. You know what I mean? So I got to make sure.
You gotta keep it vague.
Yeah, I don't want to get too close to my location. No. So I turned left, completely my go right. I wasn't at a stop sign, but this lady was. In the opposing side of the traffic. So I'm just cutting through. I didn't stop because I don't need to. The left, it's an unprotected, you know what I mean?
Right.
So she comes up and she just thought, I don't know, I mean, she looked like she was probably in her 30s and 40s, but must have just got her license because she felt justified to be like angry at me. She slams the car in part. I mean, slams her brakes right there. And it's just flipping me off, right? And then something crossed my mind, which is probably not a great thing to cross your mind. But I was like, if there weren't laws to protect people, which ironically enough, there was laws to try protecting me and tell me that I'm in the right, she felt that her opinion outweighed that. But if you disclose the very laws that she disregarded and felt enticed to, do that to me and block my way, I could have got out of the car and shot her in the face or ripped her out, whatever. You know what I mean? Like these laws are important, you know what I mean?
Right.
So she felt enticed by rage, even though that she clearly had to know, unless she's so dumb she shouldn't have a license,
that she was in the wrong.
That she was in the wrong. I mean, the law. It's not an opinion kind of thing. Like what tastes better, grape or orange soda. This is one of those things where it's like you're wrong legally, and yet you're actually trying to stop me more, cut me off, and then flip me off because somehow I inconvenienced your bad decision. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was a rant. I just thought of it whenever you were.
So, did you have the thought to get out and shoot her in the face?
I'm not going to say that out loud on here, but I'm saying hypothetically, the very laws that she ignored, like if I would have got out, I outweighed her by like 200 pounds, because she was that small. Like you could tell she was like trying to look over the steering wheel,
Right. So she was one of those little
She felt
ladies.
so empowered because she was in a car. But if I would have got out, I could have ripped her out and destroyed her. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in hitting women stuff. Or anybody in general and stuff like that. But the point is that how empowered do we feel whenever we feel the law's going to protect us and we can be as crazy as we want. But in primitive days, people wouldn't do that to each other unless they were ready for battle because the law wasn't there to stop people from hurting each other. But the law's there for order, right? To stop chaos.
Right.
And yet she contradicted that same order by delivering chaos.
You know what? That's gotten a lot more prevalent now with like online, being able to hide behind the anonymity of the keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
People are way more aggressive now.
People feel it's they don't care about being correct. They care about about looking correct, about looking right,
Right.
And
it's all about the perception.
It's like if you embarrass them, where's the humbleness in society more where people are like, you know what? Dang, I was wrong. Like I felt bad. I feel really stupid. I'm just going to keep my head down. I can understand if you don't look at somebody when you're driving, you cut them off because you feel bad because we've all done that because you do something dumb.
As long as you're.
But this lady went out of her way to even pull up more to make sure that I can get around her and like flip me off. Like, why?
You know what? There was actually that kind of happened to me. They didn't like flip me off or nothing, but I was turning left on a solid green, which means I was supposed to yield. Mm-hmm. So I was in the wrong and I went in front of this guy. Mm-hmm. In a truck because he was coming through and I made it in front of him, but he actually accelerated and he was going to try to hit me. I mean, this is my assumption was that he was going to try to hit me.
Well, probably just to legal lawsuit wise.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, we don't have time for that. Like I don't have time to sit here all day and deal with the cops.
You never know who has the time and who doesn't, right?
Right.
So if you actively follow the guidelines of the law when it comes to the rules of the road, you can always justify whatever, but you're protected by that. But if he went up and hit you, he would have got you legally and whatever.
Right, because I was in the wrong by turning in front of him.
Absolutely, but we've all done that wrong. The thing is that when I do it, or a lot of us do it, we put our head down, we feel guilty, we're embarrassed. Like, oh crap, dude, I was wrong on that one. But we've got to a point in society where we're just no matter what, like we're right.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah, and it's sad that we've gotten to that point.
And then if I did that, somebody's going to probably do that to her like 2 weeks from now, or a month from now, or a year from now, and she's going to flip them off again. Like you just literally became the thing you hate, and you won't even you're not even objective to it, right? So it came down to like the fact that it made her feel mad, so she hates you, and you're wrong. She's gonna use that, like she's gonna lash out. Like that, you know what that reminds me of? A child who didn't get in trouble growing up. They'd have no discipline.
That's probably
society's full of that.
Yeah, and I think that is definitely something that's going on now. Is a lot of kids they're not punished the way they should be, or disciplined the way they should be.
So is that your other diss story that you're talking about?
Yeah, that was it.
I didn't want to go into a long rant about like things that anger me because they're supposed to have this be a happy.
No, that was just those two stories about on Indiana, and then when that dude was in my lane, heading at me.
That's so weird. It happened like all in 1 week though.
Yeah, I was like, I never almost die.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just happens twice in 1 week. So I think I'm good for a while.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
hopefully.
almost die for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You should knock on something that's wood-like nature.
I don't
Knock on your head.
I'm not superstitious.
Yeah, me
Oh,
either.
well,
My head's not made of wood, bro.
it's a joke. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I never get that joke. Do you?
I don't
No.
either. I just say
People
it.
are like knock on wood, and they knock on their head. Are they trying to say that they're dumb or something?
I don't know. It's weird because that kind of gets me into something else. It's been eating at me a little bit. Is
Real quick, before you do that, if you guys are listening and you know what that is about, like why people knock on their head when they say knock on wood, yeah, let us know. Like, comment or send us
That
a
might
message.
be an our area kind of thing because I've only heard that when I moved here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This
really?
region. Yeah.
Kind of like Prayer Farms is only our area.
Yeah, I
Did
thought
you
it
know
was-
that? That's so weird.
I thought it was
Yeah.
nationwide.
Me
Well,
too.
there's
Is it
yeah.
on your side? I'm done.
Wrong
Anyway,
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, not else. Things are dumb.
Talking, thinking about me.
Cultural trims. How we overuse acronyms, and the way we choose to use words interchangeably, and we create new words instead of trying to learn the words we should to describe things. So let's hit on a rant on that one, but in a humorous way where it's not too we're not too hard on people.
We're not going to name any names.
Let's not get angry about it. Let's enjoy ourselves when we do it. But
Right.
I think we should hit on that because that's kind of relative to.
Right. So go ahead and start. What do you got?
I don't know. Just freestyle, bro.
Well, no, you had one you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, that word conversate drives me nuts.
That is not a word. Listen, everybody, that is not a word. Conversate is not a word.
Irregardless, that one's one.
Irregardless, I had to get on to somebody about that today.
Well, I don't get on to people about it because I don't want to be a word Nazi. As long as you communicate to someone effectively and they communicate to you, you've effectively communicated. You know.
Well, I said irregardless is not a word. That was it.
There's certain things I don't speak perfectly, right? So I know there's things that may annoy other people, so I don't just go out of my way to do that.
Right.
However, if I got a friend or something that's about to speak something, somewhere, or if they do that to me, they correct me. I'm receptive, and usually people are receptive, so they don't get embarrassed when they're about to do a speech or something.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not going to correct
We're learning from each
somebody
other.
in like a huge public setting.
Unless some douchebag decides to correct me on some piece of information, and then I use that against them. For example, double negatives, right?
I ain't got no.
I've learned to not Facebook debate anymore because that's a really bad idea. That's a wormhole you don't want to go down.
Yeah, that used to be your pastime.
Yeah, I wouldn't go on that one right now. But when I would hear a point that was just so off the wall, I'd be like, you know what? Here you go. Here's this. Metaphorically, suck it, not literally.
Figuratively.
Yeah. So then I would get this back sometimes. You don't know nothing about that. And I'm like, I don't know if you realize, but you just complimented me. You just told me that basically, by default, that I know everything about what we're talking about. No, I didn't.
Not necessarily. What they said was
well,
if you don't know nothing you know at least one thing.
Well, like you're. That's true. I mean, you could guide it that way if you think about it.
Right. Well, technically, that is what you said.
If you don't know nothing.
Right. That means you know at least something.
At least something, but
It doesn't mean you know everything.
It could mean that.
It
I would
could-
take it that way.
It could mean that.
it could. But you can go in that direction depending on how they explain it.
I'm just trying to correct the crap out of you right now.
Absolutely, go for it. That's what we're doing right now, right?
Right.
But we're receptive to it. Well, we may disagree, but there's never an emotional.
I'm just doing it for the fun factor right
thing
now.
with us, yeah, because we like each other. I
We
think.
do?
Stop it.
Oh,
Well, some of it's is love. some of
Michael
it's
and I
it's-
like each other. You're just here to fill a seat.
wow. That's,
We would actually. I'm actually going to probably turn your mic off. here in a
that's
minute.
really hurtful, Rob.
See, this is where I have to come in to balance it. That's not true. You also filled a place in our heart as friends.
That's so nice.
Yep. I don't know. That was. I'm not good at being nice. So
That was really nice.
thank you.
All
That
right,
was
no.
nice of you.
Aw.
See what we did here? We started a chain of
Good
niceness.
job.
What if instead of flipping people off in traffic, we gave like kind gestures when they made us mad? What if we train ourselves to be
Thumbs
like,
up.
Blow them a kiss.
thanks, bro. Well, let's turn a
No,
certain
you know, a
country.
thumbs up would be taken as sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what.
No, just smile and be like,
They'll take that
I know they couldn't
sarcastic
hear that on the
too.
mic, but that was a very like
That
well
was
displayed.
that was pretty
Yeah.
sincere.
Yeah.
I think I would be okay with that. It's
I hope you felt that through the mics.
You know what? I bet the universal signal that we should do would be like a shoulder shrug, because you know if you pull out like that, you messed up. You're like, sorry. I think that would be perfect. The shoulder shrug, I think, would be perfect. Mean mugs and
I don't
shoulder
know.
shrugs.
I'm going to work on a new one. I'm going to
Okay.
create a new one that just feels right.
I think I'm down with the shrug.
Which reminds me, which kind of reminds me of something I was ranting about earlier, is that we should start a new cultural trend and see how like far we can get to spread. Because I really think there's no limitation to how dumb something can be before people do it. And even you attach the words to it or an acronym, especially that like dabbing. Like, come on, that's what the heck,
That
guys?
is so dumb.
It's so dumb. And there's all these things. All you have to do is just put it out there. If it gets enough people are like, I want to see if I can do that. Hey, look how funny this is. I can do it. It can be super dumb.
I have
And
personally
people
seen
will
Amanda
still
dab.
just do it because it makes them laugh because it's dumb. You
That's
know?
why I do it. It's funny. It's like a
trends.
joke.
So it's not really a skill requirement for this. We should just let's figure this out. Let's start a cultural trend and let's figure out a name for it.
Right now.
If it takes us too long to think of something, we'll move on. But I just want to give a stab at it.
Okay.
Because if we can come up with something in 2 minutes and spread it to this podcast, even just language things, we can get our
Like a new acronym or something.
instead of LOL or something we
So
can.
what is your version of LOL? I like to hear different people's versions because they're not always exactly the same.
It's not always laugh out loud.
Right. So you got laugh out loud. Amanda, what's yours?
Lots of love. No, I'm just kidding. Laugh out loud.
See, I've always thought it was laugh out loud, but I've heard people say loads of laughter.
Oh.
No, no.
Yeah, it's weird.
that's some terrible-
That's
weird.
like a mom's perspective, I think.
That's probably somebody's like aunt who's a little bit too old to hang out with the crowd she's hanging out with, and
Right.
Yeah.
that's what she spreads. To
Well,
everybody.
I read a story on Reddit with somebody who was like talking about how their mom texts them all the time, and they were like, they sent a text and they were like, "Oh, your cat just died, LOL." They were like, "Mom, why'd you put LOL?" She's like, "It means lots of love." Like, no, it means laugh out loud. I mean, you just told me my cat died and then laughed at me.
Okay, so here's what we can do. We can get society. We may come back to this culture thing if somebody thinks of it, right?
Right.
Cultural trend we can start, but what if we messing up the languages and slang so bad that they have to resort back to the English language to fix it, to communicate? So therefore, we save the language. Because I feel like it's so promoted to have a trend now that I feel like if you live in one, if we ever had a power grid out for like, let's say a few months, and we all got back together and started communicating, people would be so confused on how to communicate because there's so many, every month there's a new like set of trends and words that come out and like YouTube things that just kind of spread.
A lot of
And
them are
we-
location based too.
We've gotten so far from resorting to the what we know in school as language,
Right.
that it's just like, well, listen to rap music, bro.
Oh, yeah,
And a lot
for
of pop
sure.
music too. Yeah. It's like I gotta rhyme this somehow. Dizzle. Like yeah. It's orange. Tornchy. Torch. Like, what? Yeah. And it was like everybody just looks at you. Okay, yeah, dude, that's a word. Let's use it. And then some kid that looks up to that rapper is like, this is a word. I'm going to use it. And then they use the crap out of it and by that I mean because America especially is very short-termed. Everything's short-lived now. So it'll last a month, which is the version of us lasting a decade,
Right.
So like when you look back at the 80s, you can be like, oh yeah, holes in your jeans, mullet, Bon Jovi. You look at the 90s, you're like Kurt Cobain, a little less holes in your jeans, plaid shirts.
Big hair.
That was 80s.
Headbands.
That
No,
was 80s, bro.
Big hair was still in the 90s, wasn't it?
No.
No. There were some people still left. I mean, there's the hairspray thing for women, but not for the guys. It wasn't like
I'm
for
not
both
talking about
genders.
guys. I don't look at dudes' hair. I didn't even know that you had hair till recently.
That doesn't even make sense. How do you not know that?
He looks at
Because I
Dylan.
don't look at your hair.
You need to look up, bro. I think you're looking way too low on me.
There's no hair there either.
I'm married.
I'm married.
Poor hey girl. I'm always getting
I was getting hated on.
No, more was getting stalked by weird people like Rob.
Yeah, Rob's
Checking out
pretty
my
weird.
goodies.
Yeah.
So this isn't produce on sale, bro. I've already been purchased.
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't that make me a mail order husband or a prostitute?
That would make
No,
you
prostitution is like rental.
It would make you someone's property.
Yeah. It couldn't be prostitution because that'd be rental. So yeah.
And it's illegal in this state that we're in.
I'm not saying that it's illegal. I mean, just because something's illegal doesn't mean you can't do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know that saying, because you're talking about, we can get back to the cultural stuff, like people talking about the wrong things. People say that it's not illegal unless you get caught. That is so not true.
That's so dumb. That reminds me of if there was a tree. See, now we can go back to dumb sayings. Here we go. Yeah, really dumb.
Yeah,
if a tree falls in the wood, no one's around to hear it. Did it make a sound? Yes. How do you know? You were there to hear it because the sound is not defined by me alone. There's sound. Sound comes from the frequency of two things colliding that cause that.
That is a philosophical question, because it's like, what constitutes a sound? Does it have to have an emitter and a receiver to be a sound, or just an emitter?
No, it is not. Because when we receive sound in space, we look out and we send something out to get it. The sound was already in motion. Just because you hear it, the existence and reality isn't defined by humans being present.
Right, but is it considered a sound? If it's just a frequency that has no receiver.
Sound is a word. It's definitive, right? It's what we use. If we could call it a political and it still have the same thing, but it's the meaning you're looking at. Well, it doesn't
matter what it's called. I'm talking about.
So is sound defined by in the dictionary?
I'm going to look up
because that's your answer right there. If it makes a sound or not.
I'm going to look it up right now. We're going to settle this
say
right
a noise that has to be heard by the ears of a person who can describe the sound they heard. Because if you're in the woods, there's lots of animals there that heard it. Mm-hmm. So what you're trying to say is exclusively
nothing. If there was nothing around to hear it.
Okay, still. Okay, well, we'll look up the definition because that will give you your answer because it's definitive, not a
sound. The vibrations that travel through the air or another medium and can be heard when they reach a person's or animal's ear.
Mm-hmm. Can be. So there you go. The answer is yes, it still makes a sound. It doesn't. The sound is not muted because it said can be, not has to, which means that's how people measure is by hearing it. However, it doesn't have to. I mean, you'd agree, right?
Yeah, based on that definition, yeah.
And the old definition is how we define things. They're definitive, right? Those are the words we use. I mean, don't get me on a rant about like why people think that there are certain things that are based off opinion. There's certain things that are absolutely like not opinion based. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things I just think is dumb because you can easily look at what the content of what's being said in that saying, and you're like, that's dumb. And I think you can do that there. Like, well, that's your opinion. No, dude, it's not.
It could be your interpretation of that definition, but I think the word is what solidifies it.
Interpretation. Yes. The definition, like I stated, does give you the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Because now, if they asked a different question, it's not up for interpretation. What that says if those words are already defined, and anybody who knows the language well, or any English major would look at it and say, it means this. This is the question they asked with those set words. So it has those set answers. So it has to have set answers. It's not an opinion based thing, right? 2 + 2 is 4, right? Now, if we change math, then that can change. But if the question's that way, it already has a set answer because we define things that way, right?
Yeah.
So I say that people say that are dumb. Now they can correct me, and but they have to show me. But technically, that's not one of those things. Not everything's opinion based. When people give a faulty answer, they go, "Well, that's your opinion." Well, no, that's actually rooted in fact. As long as I can present the facts, right?
Yeah. As long as you have the fact, then it's not your opinion.
Because it could be your opinion of the facts, meaning that kind of goes into the whole your truth, my truth bullcrap. There's just truth, and then there's your interpretation, but the truth is definitive.
Right.
So you can add layers of lies or layers of misinterpretation, but the truth is what it is. And the answer to that question is yes, it still makes freaking sound if no one's in the woods. Next dumb saying.
Only God can judge me.
Yeah, that one gets me too. No other people can judge you, and they probably just did in that moment, right? Mm-hmm. What they're trying to say, but their words didn't align. There would be an accurate statement to that if their words went to that, but their words stated that only God can. That's not true. Other people are judging you.
Yeah,
right.
And they're saying it because people are judging them.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, I don't care what you're saying because only God can judge me." So
I can see God there being like, "Dude, seriously." Like, no, people are judging you right now. Like,
yeah.
Where's that in the book here, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, what was another one that just came to my mind that I don't want to lose the tip of my tongue?
I don't know what it is because I wasn't listening to you.
No, I'm speaking out loud. I'm trying to get it to come out.
Speaking out loud.
Right.
Thinking out loud.
There's another one. There it is. Boom. She fake. She's so fake. And it's usually the chicks that, or I hate drama. Oh my gosh.
The people who say I hate drama are the ones who love drama the most.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
That's a broad generalization, but I believe
the
that to be
statement doesn't
factual.
contradict anything except for them because they use that statement. So the statement's accurate for somebody who means it, but they're pumping that out there to deflect from the fact that they're always in the middle of it.
Well, yeah, and they say that, and then they share shady posts on Facebook like every other day. So
I hate drama. And then like the next post you see from like an hour prior to that was, I just cannot stand when women just walk around like this and that, and they just hit and boom. And then talk about my family. You don't know my family. So I told her what I thought, and then we got to a fight.
Hashtag drama.
Yeah, like drama.
but that's just my opinion.
Like they could have deflected drama at any point because bad things happen to people all the time. They can go down two different paths. They can be whatever, or they become drama. So drama or non-drama. And so they hate it because they legitimately hate drama. Well, maybe they might actually like it, kind of like this, like scratching an itch. Like I don't like seek an itch so I can scratch it.
It's just there.
But it feels good when I'm scratching it. I think they're just sitting there scratching it, but then they don't realize it that they're doing stuff to make it itch so they can scratch it.
So you think they're just oblivious to the fact that they're creating their own drama?
Yeah.
They just feel
So
like
they might hate it
I don't know about
consciously, but
that.
subconsciously they like it.
I don't know about that.
No?
Some people choose that life.
Yeah, well, I think that you can choose something or like something and dislike something subconsciously versus consciously. Like they're going after it because it's actually their comfort zone. Like somebody who goes into an abusive relationship, they don't actually like being abused, but
that's what they're used to.
But that's what they're used to, so that's their comfort zone. They like it subconsciously because it's
What they
familiar,
know.
but they hate it, consciously. Not for all. I'm stereotyping here. I'm just saying generally across the board. So that's one of those sayings that are accurate. Like the statement doesn't contradict itself, but it contradicts them because they're not using that statement to define something that's actually going on with them. But here's the thing that drives me nuts, right? Freaking these crazy words that I don't understand. It's like the older I get, the further I get from the language that I'm supposed to be speaking and understanding. Right. If as a parent, when my daughters get older, especially in high school, even if I was to spy on them, which I probably will, and read like a message or something,
Creeper.
I'm not going to know if they're doing anything wrong. Because who knows? But there's so many different words for not just drugs, like when we were teenagers and they change, We're talking like basic things, like just, it's ridiculous. I'll read stuff like, I have no idea what I just read on Facebook. I have no idea what this is.
Because you don't understand what the words mean.
Yeah, because I'm getting out of that active culture of socializing with people because I'm getting older, right?
Right.
Which, I'm sure my grandparents are like, what the heck is this? This doesn't make any sense.
Do you have any examples of
Everybody's
some of
on
them?
drugs.
Do you have any examples of some of them?
I bet Amanda would because
Yeah. I mean, I'm the young one over
she's the young
here.
one over here. Yeah, she's.
Are you ready for this pop quiz of words?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're
So
gonna,
I'm gonna get a pop quiz of words.
Yeah.
And all right.
Okay, so
let's see if I can translate them.
Here's what we're gonna do. Amanda's gonna read off the word, and Michael's gonna guess what it means. If he doesn't know what it is, he's gonna try to guess based off.
Yeah, I
of
saw
what
you
the
guys
word
doing
is.
some of them there. Hopefully you didn't put up the most complicated ones because I'm kind of at a novice.
No, I give you
status
some
with-
easy ones.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
So she's gonna give you the words, some of the words, and I'm gonna do the acronyms.
Rob, I'm gonna tell you what I think they mean though as well, right? So
Yeah.
So you should keep score and you can edit it later about the ding, like how many I get right, how many I
Yeah.
don't, how close I am, and you guys can make a judgment on it.
Oh, how
Okay.
am I supposed to do that? You put me on the
Write it down
spot.
write it down with paper, bro.
Who uses
Yeah.
paper anymore?
Trees.
Me.
I got it.
Physical paper, Rob.
I have a perfectly good piece of a murder tree right here. It's some ink.
I got it.
All right. Okay. First word, saucin.
Saucin?
Saucin.
Can
Would you like
use it in a sentence?
Saucin on you. Also, it's also in a Post Malone song.
Can you use
Do
it
you
in a
know
more
who Post
descriptive?
Malone
No,
is?
that does not help me. That actually confuses me more.
Can you use it in a more descriptive sentence?
Saucin on my haters.
Okay,
Saucin
well, I don't
on
want too much of a
you.
clue because I get this. Okay, so based off my knowledge of what the word actually is with sauce, even though saucin is a shortcut to sauce-ing, word-wise, right? So you said, what was the sentence again?
Saucin on you. Saucin on these haters.
So would that mean if you were saucing on an individual, you
It's a verb.
So would that mean that do you think that they're dry in personality, so you're pouring sauce on them to give them some flavor?
Wrong.
Or flavor, right?
You're getting a little close there.
Okay, so is it like they're... Hold on. So here's my final answer. I got to sum it up here.
Final
right?
answer.
It is when you're trying to invoke a new...
You're struggling.
I am. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not related. It's not related. Okay. I think it's just whenever you're trying to enlighten someone with something, something that can make them better. You're saucing them. You're flavoring them up. You know, flavor them up. I'm not Webster over here, right?
Wrong. That's an X. Okay.
So you get a point there. You keep track of the points?
Yes.
Keep track, Robert.
You gotta tell us what it actually means, though.
Oh, okay. So it actually means is like when you're saucing on people, you're trying to show them why you're better than them. Like, look, I'm saucing on you. Like, this is why I'm so cool.
So if I put Arby's sauce on my Arby's burger, does that mean I think I'm better than my burger? How do you connect that?
I don't know, man. I just follow culture.
Why did you go Arby's?
I don't know. I'm hungry.
He likes curly fries.
Arby's cheese
Check
sticks.
that Bronco sauce, dude. That's the sauce right there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you like an easy one this time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost 100% sure you'll know this one.
Okay.
Everyone knows this one.
Oh, that would feel really bad if I don't get it.
Squad goals.
Are you serious? All right, hold on. Wait, no, actually, this does make sense. But that might be my problem.
Did you say squad goals?
Hold on.
Yeah,
I got this because I know what a squad is, right?
You know, hashtag squad goals.
So like, if it's the people they hang out with, right? Their crew, their team, you know, their homies, whatever culture, whatever in that culture
or
you
their
call your
squad.
group, right? Or I'm trying to say that I'm trying to show her first that I know what squad would be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then squad goals. So that would be the goals of your friends, right?
Mm-hmm. So
that'd be what we
that,
aspire to do as a group, as a group of friends.
Good job. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding. 1 point, Rob.
You can't do that because I'm going to put that sound effect in there.
Sorry.
No
wrong.
more dings.
Yeah, no more. Hashtag
You ding one more
squad
time.
goals. Want to be like friends. Watched that last night. The show. Do you like that show?
What show?
Friends.
No.
Oh, well, that's hurtful. Okay. Do you have an acronym you want to throw his way?
Yeah, I have one. Let's see. I did have one.
I like acronyms.
Let me find it.
Oh, you do? LOL. Lots of love.
I made up a few earlier when I was texting my wife.
Okay,
So-
here's an easy one, and this is something that most people text. KK.
What? Hold on. Well, I feel like it just means like... It means like okay, right? If you're trying to confirm something.
Right.
But as far as what the two letters break down to be, I think that the source of that would be okay. They took O out, right? Is one of them.
Right.
And the other one is cuz with the K. Cousin. Why is there two Ks?
Well, think about why somebody would text KK, and then that should help you figure it out. Like if I was like, "Hey, man, we're gonna meet you in 10 minutes."
Okay.
Or if you were like, "Hey, we're gonna meet you in 10 minutes," and I was like, "KK."
Crickets in the background.
That's perfect.
Okay, koala. Because it's like they have
it sounded close.
Because they have a pet name for that person, and if that person's koala, they always say KK.
What you just
Or
said, you just said "Okay, koala," and that actually activated Google on my phone. It almost sounded like you said "Okay,
Okay,
Google."
I don't know what's the answer.
It is. You were very, very close. It stands for "Okay, cool."
Oh no! See, gosh darn it, culture. No, cool starts with the C.
Yep. Well,
But it's "K cool" is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
"K cool."
See, now I feel like during the era that I was using cool, like when I was younger, it was C.
Well, it's KEWL. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, other than
KEWL,
Kool Aid, you know, like the drink, like that was them trying to be clever. But I think that maybe like people use it interchangeably, but that threw me off because I was thinking like cool. Like even now, if I text cool, because it would be COOL.
yeah.
COOL.
Well, also, people don't want to just text K anymore because that's seen as like disrespectful or salty.
Why is everyone so freaking like sensitive? Anyway, I won't go on that rant.
Oh, salty. What does that mean?
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, I just said that.
Oh, that means they're like bitter, like disgruntled.
It's so funny that salty means
Hey,
bitter.
hold on, Rob. Acknowledge that was a point.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
I was going to ding it, but he
Because
told
I'm
me
like
not
tied
to.
right now, right?
You're doing pretty good.
Wait, let me write that one down.
Take that, kiddos.
This one's a little harder. I don't think you're going to get this one. So
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, are
Bring
you
it.
ready? Snatched.
That means they stole it.
No.
That's exactly what, oh my God.
No. Like, you want in a sentence? I think
Oh, wait,
is it?
It's the vaginal region of a woman.
No.
I've heard it used there too, right?
Well, this is the past tense. It's a verb. You can't.
Yeah, snatched.
The one you're talking about is a noun.
Well, I mean, you take it from somebody. Why are they doing that? Like, you create words for other things that don't have meaning, but you can't create words.
If you guys could
Like,
just see,
His
that word's
name.
already
if you guys
taken.
could just see like the
Why not create a word
despair
for
in
this?
his face for the human race. He's so distraught right now.
I'm worried. There's gonna be that's why relationships don't work. Right? That's why nothing works, because people can't communicate. I think that maybe a lot of times people are actually like not even saying the things that people think they're saying, but we're just
You just
miscommunication,
miscommunication.
like big time. Like they're actually probably mad about the same thing a lot of times. You
But
think
they're just using different words.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what does snatched mean?
I'm actually going to tell you what it means by using another cultural word, which is on fleek.
I know what that means.
What does that mean?
It's like on point. It's cool.
Ding, ding, ding. That's also what snatched means.
There was a point there, Rob.
Yep, point,
the
I
point.
guess.
To match
I
the
heard
point.
it. I heard it. Ding.
Good.
Yep. Okay. You got another acronym you're going to
sure
throw his way?
do.
Okay.
Wait. How did you find it again?
Find
You
what?
snatched it because it was on fleek.
Yeah, yeah, like, oh, that girl's eyebrows are so snatched.
What?
On fleek. Like, wow, those eyebrows are so
Okay, like
good looking.
I don't want to be that grumpy old guy, but I feel like I'm gonna be so frustrated trying to understand people that I can see why people become that grumpy old guy. That in my 70s, I'm gonna be in a wheelchair if I live that long.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn! We were just snatching. Like, what's your snatch? Put it back. And I would actually be the one who made sense, even though I'd be senile.
I see your old man beard starting to
Yeah.
grow as you speak.
Okay, you ready for another one?
Absolutely.
All right, here's an acronym for it. It's only 2 letters, so you should be able to get this, right?
Oh gosh.
All right, you will see this on a website that has blue as their main color. It's a light blue. RT.
Oh, this is easy. Come on, Michael.
Hold on.
You got it. Michael.
Give me a moment of silence.
I'm gonna duplicate your voice like over and over and over again, so it sounds like an entire
retro?
crowd.
Techna. Techna.
No. Sorry. Wrong.
You're not even like trying.
I'm just going to do what this generation does, and I'm going to be right because I'm just going to make something up and say it means that. It means Rutritamon. And that's it, bro.
Absolutely not.
That's it.
No.
It is, because I just made it up, so I gave it a meaning. That's it.
Says Michael Ward.
Well, see, what you're saying is the real definition, which is what I've been arguing.
That is not
like, the whole
culturally
time.
accepted, though.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
But I just did something that was culturally acceptable. Instead of learning something,
okay.
I made up my own meaning.
I know what
Instead
you
of
did.
learning the words of the language I speak.
And now you're defending it
Yeah.
to the
You know-
to your death.
Absolutely.
You know how he
It's
can
'cause
make
you see
it.
how stupid this is?
You know how he can make it an actual word?
How?
Is he could go on Twitter,
Oh
write
my
a tweet,
God.
and then he'll get retweets.
Right here.
Retweets. And then it'll become a word, which is RT, retweet.
And now nobody sees a problem with this? Please somebody tell me they see a problem with this.
I don't see a
No.
problem with it.
Like, idiocracy could literally take place and define the way we think and the way we define words. And now we're getting to a point in society where words are no longer definitive. They're freaking fluid, right? Like, words are losing meaning, and they're all becoming, because now opinion can intersect with and take the place of a word that already has a meaning.
Yep.
Like that's what it's your opinion. Oh my God. Like, if this is not an opinion thing. So you guys, we started on a rant. Never mind. Anyway, see what I did there?
Next word.
I justified it not word by giving it its own meaning against the real meaning.
Well-
and that's what I was doing in reverse of that.
You still don't get a ding. Sorry.
Gosh darn it. All
I
right.
know. All right, we're moving on.
Give me Twitter. I'm going to activate a Twitter account.
Right
I'll make this
now.
word so I can get a ding. All right, go ahead. Next word. Hit
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, keeping it 100.
Oh.
That's
I
pretty
was just
easy.
making fun of that this week.
It's making fun of it.
They're trying to keep it real.
Ding, ding,
They're
ding.
giving you the whole scoop, which is hilarious because most of the time I've seen that little 100 thing, that post was insanely inaccurate.
Yeah. That's
Like
true.
most of the time, it's like somebody's saying, they go, that makes sense. That's got to be true. No, just because most things that aren't true, there's more things that make sense that aren't true than that are, you know? So like keep it 100. How about you keep it a complete sentence so that way
We can understand.
it is actually a complete, you know.
Okay.
Actually, you know what I noticed though? There's another like catchphrase thing that's like actually coming back from like olden times, like
Olden?
spilling the tea. Like that used to be said like
I've never heard that.
you've
then
never
or
heard
now.
that?
No.
Spilling the tea, like spilling the drama, talking the drama with your girls.
See, maybe that's a female thing.
Maybe.
I've never ever heard
Because you know,
that.
guys got their own slang, you know? Mm-hmm. Mostly a lot of jokes, but we got our own guy talk, you know?
Have you heard
Lingo.
that, Dylan? Spilling the tea? No. Oh my gosh, guys, come on.
How
Like,
old are you?
21.
See, there we go. It might be
21.
super just in, and since we're not on Snatch right now, whatever that app is,
Snap.
I think we're in the not know, so we're not KOOL, and we're
No, that's
definitely not 100.
That's
like
not how you
definitely.
spell
It's
it.
KEWL.
Yeah.
We're probably 54 or like 68, but we're definitely not 100.
No, definitely not.
We're just too dumb.
Okay,
Well-
so right now you are at 50%.
Do I get college credits for this? Because I feel like this should be, because it's English now, right? So it should be part of the course.
No, this is not English.
Gosh darn it. I thought it was
So
a free course here.
you are at 50% right now. You got half of them wrong and half of them right.
High stakes.
So do you want to keep going?
or do you want to do a buster? Or do you have more you want to give?
No, we have more.
we have more,
We have a lot
man.
more.
We gotta shift the topic.
Okay, you want to
We
do
don't want to wear people
a
down with like how
tie,
much I don't know about
a tiebreaker?
a tiebreaker. Let's just do a tiebreaker and move
Okay.
I
on.
like that one that I showed you. Unless you have one that of your
No,
own.
no, that's a good one.
So you guys had this little
That's a good one.
huddle.
Yeah, we're ganging up on you, Michael.
Now, does that still mean the same thing? Because I want to make sure I'm not lost in communication.
No.
Yes, ganging up on you still means the
Okay.
same.
Gang. Heard that one?
thing. Gang.
Yeah,
No.
gang.
Is that how you say it if you have a stuttering problem? I don't see how it gives it a new meaning when you say it twice.
Gucci Gang.
Oh,
It's from Gucci Gang. Do you know who
No.
Gucci Gang? Gucci Gang
Is that a song?
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
pom pom.
All right. Now we're just saying right
I'm
now.
just saying things to see if like, someone's like, hey, you know that one?
You know that one?
All right, Amanda,
Oh,
give
okay.
him your word, and then we will go. Well, this is your little tiebreaker to see
Yep.
if you actually come out on top or
Bring
not.
it.
Okay.
Give me your greatest one, and I will destroy it.
Should I just?
Just say it.
I'm just gonna say it without any other words
Yep.
attached. Ship.
Okay.
I think
this
Michael's
was-
brain just broke.
This one was set up in a way that there's so many words for it already. Why in the dog hell would you use that word when ship can be the way you send something? It's something you sell on. It's, you know what I mean? Like it adds to a word to be a relationship. It carries any like, oh my God, why? If you have the ability to throw letters together and create words, why would you use one that already had so many freaking definitions
we can give you.
and usages? Like,
We can give you a sentence.
oh, please do. Like, because I don't even know where to start. Like, because my answer is going to make sense. I'm going to try to tie it to it, like how I've seen that word before. But I know since this is the tiebreaker, it's going to be something stupid, like how you. Like, it's the combination of an apple and two oranges. Like, it's going to be nothing that has anything
All
to do
right,
with
Amanda, correct me if I'm wrong.
You can't tell him yet.
No, I'm not going to tell him.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
gonna give him a
okay.
sentence.
or like a lady that wears like sandals in the wintertime. It's gonna be something that's like not even.
So here's the sentence.
Calm
okay?
down, self. All right.
Here's the sentence. Hey, Amanda, those two have been hanging out a lot. Should we ship them?
Heck yeah, we should.
Whoa. All right. So
That sentence gave it away too easily.
I
though.
think
We'll see.
okay. I'm gonna say one out loud, but this isn't my answer.
Anything you say
No,
out loud is your answer.
I'm saying that aloud, not as an answer to you, just to kind of navigate through this.
We'll
thought
use the
process.
millionaire rules. You have to tell us that it's your final answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, because when you ship things off, they go from one location to another. So that can't apply to this because that would make sense. So
can
since
see
it's
that.
the opposite of what makes sense, it would probably be that should they go out together or be together, because obviously that'd be the opposite of moving it from one place to another. You're moving them from apart to together, right?
Is that your final answer?
No, your body language is like, tell me it's not it. Not in your laughter. So no, that's not my final answer.
You gotta have your final answer.
I'll have it in a second.
Doo-doo.
It's
I'm not paying for that song, Amanda.
Oh, sorry.
ship.
Make sure to put that P sound on there.
Yeah, I don't want to have to bleep it out.
Ship. It's when someone. I'm just gonna say some stuff because it doesn't. Obviously, it's not gonna be the answer that makes sense, and even me going the opposite didn't make sense. So it's completely random. So how about when two or more people, but not limited to. I'm just kidding. I don't know, just throw as many words in there and try to get an answer, Devin.
You like maybe hit on something.
Yeah.
That's
That's what I used to do at school. It's like written answers on tests.
Okay, two or more living beings, such as people, that find themselves as acquaintances.
He's getting louder.
His eyes are getting wider.
He's
In
right up on
a
that
plutonic or not platonic situation in which people find or deem that they need to
Amanda, I think we broke Michael.
I hate humanity. What's happening to people?
We need an answer.
Okay, that's my final answer.
You gotta shorten it. I'm confused
That's a
now.
freaking basket of fruit right there. It's just you take what you want, you eat it.
Oh.
Is there an answer in there?
No, you got to give us an answer.
There two people that are like people. You guys busted me. I don't even know. Like,
Is that your final answer?
when they should spend less time with each other, because that doesn't make any sense. So that might be it.
That's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is wrong, sir.
You actually had it right.
You had it right.
Because it's to ship somebody is to be like
You want them
we
to be
want them to
together.
get together.
Like when you like watch a show, you're like, oh, I'm
my
shipping these
God.
characters. Yeah. Sorry,
I'm not
but
even going to reflect on that or vent because
you're not getting a prize, so no prize for that.
It's a sad
because
day.
you could ship two or more pieces of the same thing out one direction, but then they would already be together,
Speaking of
right?
one
When they're
Yeah.
I don't even know. My brain's broke. Am I making sense? Am I even using words? I'm like somebody who dug into conspiracy theories and went paranoid. Like, am I these words anymore? Like, what am I saying?
It's like when you say like a word over and over
Like
and
the
over
word
again.
bowl.
yeah, and it just
Bowl.
sounds.
Yeah, and then it's like it's not a
Bowl.
word anymore.
Or you haven't used a word while you try to spell it, and you're like,
Oh,
whoa,
yeah.
like,
You know-
this can't be right, but it might be.
It
I have,
is,
I have
yeah.
a funny story about that. When I would come back from summer vacation for like when I was in like third, fourth grade, and I would try to, I think it was third, fourth grade, when I was trying to write my S's, I couldn't remember which direction they went.
Yeah.
And there was only S's. All the other ones were fine. I just couldn't remember the S's.
Sounds like when you write them or read them.
When I'd write them.
That sounds like dysgraphia. Get
another
words
made-up
and
word.
letters. No, that's actually real.
Dysgraphia.
For all you kids out there.
Dysgraphia is a word.
Yeah,
I knew
you can look it
dyslexia.
up in this thing called a dictionary for unless
Like
you have
a-
other young
AKA
listeners.
Google.
AKA
You'll find out that it
Urban Dictionary.
It discredits
Ooh.
almost all of your modern language, but this
Stay away from Urban Dictionary.
yeah, that one's not real.
Are you sure?
Well, it's real because it exists.
Yeah.
but it's not accurate.
It's also
to
very,
the meaning of
very
words.
dirty.
It can be.
It's the poison that's going to destroy our language. Anyway, that's old-man-rants.
That was
What's this word mean? I'm going to go to Google and type in this word. But what's the first thing I get? Freaking Urban Dictionary, not Webster. So look, this is why I know what these words mean.
Why does
it's a
everybody trust
conspiracy to destroy us so we can't gather and become strong together. That's what it is.
Why does
I'm
everybody
just
trust
joking. I don't
Webster?
believe that, but I kind of do.
Why does everybody trust Webster?
Yeah.
What did he do to get the final say on the words?
Okay, so he didn't. That's kind of, it's...
You got to talk into your mic though. Woosah.
I don't want to do this anymore. 'Cause, like,
His brain's broken.
Well, so that was the end of the game, and you unfortunately
I was just
lost.
fleeked right now, okay?
That was incorrect.
I was fleeked. That's my point. Who
Freaked
cares?
out. I was
Who cares?
freaked out.
I'm going to confuse him back, man.
we
I
need
was
to take
freaked
these
out.
words back.
Yeah.
Skirt.
Yeah. Cool is spelled with a C.
Ask
You
him that one. What does that mean?
Skirt.
Degenerates. What?
Skirt.
What does that mean?
Skr.
Skirt.
It was a problematic, almost plague-like experience they would experience on ships when they're out to sea. Back commonly, especially around before
And they would need citrus to come over to overcome it. That's scurvy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a real word, so I have no idea.
It's actually just a sound.
Yeah, it's just a sound.
A sound?
But that's what words are.
Right. So sounds that were defined so we can use them in a culture together and understand each other. That's why we don't understand each other.
Yep.
And people get mad and they scream at each other, man, you ain't scared. I don't even know if I am, bro. I have no idea. I might be 100 on the scare thing. I might not. I don't know.
Skr is actually an onomatopoeia for those of you who are curious.
Don't be using your real words, Rob.
Yeah.
I gotta make up words.
No real
Dude,
words.
Skr, it's like skirt. That's whenever you're like, bro, you need to stop.
Seriously?
Michael, you're sounding really
So
salty about these
The
words right
sound
now.
of brakes. Is that where they're getting that from?
Yeah, it's like the screeching
So
tires.
should
Yeah.
we start
Or
calling
a
guns
record.
boomsticks, and should we just conform to why people call soda pop? Is that the sound? Everything just the sound it makes. Like,
Sody pop.
like, but how do you describe a lawnmower to somebody? Because it may have a different way
It's
of
a
communicating
grr.
that sound.
It's a grr.
Like, hey, can I use your? No, bro. Like, wait, do you mean that, or do you mean my?
That sounds like a scream.
Because this is exactly what this is. Like, they're not using sounds. Like, are we reverting back to the cave days where we don't have a unified language? Because that's exactly the issue.
We've
that
already
I'm seeing.
started on that with text, with the emojis. We're working our way back to just symbols. Like, well, I mean, letters are symbols.
Well,
but
you know what? Then if the world's just going to burn to the ground because everyone's going to hate each other because they can't communicate, we may as well just create our own. So we should create our own cultural trends that we can just spread them. Because apparently, like from my scene, they don't even make sense. Especially if you can add a little challenge on it, make some moves on it. You know, they might be like, oh, snap, and they'll be the next thing. But also,
what about snap? You just used that one
That's
correctly.
already
Yeah.
been.
no, bro, that's
that was
old
his
school,
time.
man. That's my
So it
time.
I was just gonna
So
say, you used it correctly. I was impressed.
yes. Well, I mean, I don't agree with it, but I can't help it. I can't help it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a cultural poison. Just because I use poison doesn't mean I can't acknowledge it's not poison to language. You know what I mean? Like if people that smoke cigarettes know they're smoking carcinogens or some type of form of poison, but they do it anyway, right?
True.
But see, that's what it's evolved into. Look what it's now. Now it's 100 times worse. I'm sorry, 100.
100.
That's what it is right now.
It's 100. Oh,
And
also.
it's scurvy, you know?
Scurvy. What's
What were you
Mac
gonna say?
Daddy on the boom, baby. You know
I was
what I'm
going to
saying?
say that, like trap music, like singing now is just like you mashing words together that
Yeah.
you can barely hear.
Yeah.
It's like,
And can you use that in a sentence?
no, I can't.
Because
But
it's
you know
not
what,
a
though?
word.
I feel like the next generation just heard that and they just got teary-eyed because that really touched them.
Probably.
Like, dang, that's the realest. That's 100.
That's 100.
Because according to the post that I see when they use that, it obviously doesn't confirm that it means anything at all. So
yeah.
I think we're just going to make noises at each other.
Like cavemen.
Man, I can't wait to see what poetry becomes. That's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be like the new scat.
Scatman? Real Scatman?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, shut up.
I really don't know.
You don't know what scat is?
No.
It's like it's a form of music where they like make sounds with their mouths.
Oh.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
apparently Dylan knew it, so I guess I'm just out of the loop.
Or because you're 5.
I'm 21, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's this mini.
I'm this many. 21?
All right. So what were we saying? You were trying to get us on a different topic.
Yeah, well, let's just start with some RAM stuff. I mean, unless you guys want to add anything on to it before we close into
Well,
No,
it.
you were talking about. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that I can get to tell the story about me getting ran over by a car while I was on my bike.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that.
Let's go back to the very beginning, the car story.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we left her out.
Yeah, you left me out. And
You
that
gotta
was,
speak
that was
up.
kind of mean.
You gotta
Sorry,
speak up.
sorry, substitute Jay.
Yeah. My
So
name.
please go ahead.
Number one.
Jsu, I made a new word.
Oh, okay. He's making new words still.
So you said you got hit by on your bike?
Yeah. Okay. So rewind to a few years ago, going to SIU, and my car had broken down. So I was either going to have to walk to work in class or ride my bike. So obviously I'm going to ride my bike because less time. So one night after getting off work, I was like 10:45. I got off. What are you laughing about?
Oh, dumb stuff. You know, I was gonna.
What is your problem?
I don't want to interrupt you because like, you're already cut off from your story, but like, I was just
say
thinking
it.
how I could be like the modern world to you, so you see how confused I am on a normal basis. I was going to say SIU for all you listeners out there isn't an acronym for like a university or anything. It's actually a word that we put together. It's actually the sound. And it means It means dentist. So you were actually going to the dentist.
That's incorrect. So
like-
they're an Illinois university.
Oh, so it was
Correction.
an actual university.
Yes.
Acronym. Okay. I
Yes.
just want to make sure that we're speaking the same English.
But anyway.
Oh, I skipped over that part because I just I knew what it was. I didn't even think that other people wouldn't know.
Yeah. But anyway.
That's the suffer I have is I can't do that anymore. Go ahead.
Okay, well, anyway, got off at like 10:45 for my job, so it's obviously dark.
PM.
PM.
On the way to the dentist.
On the way home to my apartment. And, you know, I'm alone, girl, so I don't want to walk home, right? So I'm riding my bike.
Right.
Well, anyway, I'm almost home. I can see my apartment across this parking lot. I take this ride every single day. So I'm just riding my bike, like everything's normal. And then all of a sudden, like I'm going across this parking lot and I see headlights. And all my head is telling me like, oh, they're not going to hit me. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, you're in a parking lot. You wouldn't expect that.
And they just keep going. And then, I'm, freaking out. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get hit by a car on my bike. And then, guess what? Keeps going. Hits me. Hits my leg. Like, my whole, bike, the end of it is, bent, awful. I fly across the parking lot.
How fast were they going?
I don't know. But I got punted, a few feet. I'm not kidding.
I feel like that was it, your dentist got angry because he kept telling you to floss more and you didn't.
Probably. He tracked me down.
And then he skeeted you.
Yeah.
Whoa, no.
Wait, is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's a very wrong.
Did I cross the line?
That's a very wrong
I don't
thing.
understand. You can't get skeeted by your dentist.
No, he will go to jail.
Well, I feel like if you hit the car, you would go to jail too.
He will go to jail.
He may as well finish the job and skeet you after you hit the car.
No, he will go to jail.
I can't.
I've retired from the podcast. I'm not relevant anymore. I need decommission. Because I felt like what I said was different than what you guys received.
Yeah, miscommunication.
See? That's why the world's going to burn down.
Yeah, unless it is consensual, he will go to jail.
Wait. Well, I'm pretty sure that when he did that with his car, it wasn't consensual.
No, the skeeting part.
None of it's consensual, right?
No, none of it is.
Well, then why would you draw the line there?
Exactly.
Whatever that is. Right?
I'm just shaking my head in disbelief.
I'm gonna wait to Google this until when I get done.
But anyway, I got punted a few feet across the parking lot. And I'm on the ground, traumatized. Most traumatic thing probably not the most traumatic, but one of the traumatic things I've been through. And I start getting up and the car's still sitting there. And I'm like, okay, they actually give a crap about whether I'm alive or not. And he just found out what that word means,
Yeah,
everyone.
Dylan just showed Michael what that word meant. That's why Michael's losing his mind.
That's awesome. Oh my god. You gotta edit that out, bro. It's dumb. I just say sexually assaulted her. After hitting her with the car. I'm gonna go pee. You guys can keep this going. I'm gonna pee.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks for
I'll be
sharing.
right back. I'm gonna go around there and pee in my bush. I'm gonna pee in a bush. It's nighttime. It's acceptable.
Bush is not slang. It is actually a
bush.
leafy.
I'm gonna go skeet my bush.
Okay.
But anyway.
Now that we're back to normality over here.
Anyway, oh yeah, I'm getting up
Right.
off the ground. My leg is hurt. My bike is warped. It's I'm basically crying. And then as soon as these guys see me start getting up, they peel out of the parking lot. Don't even talk to me. Just peel out of there. They're
Did you see that it was guys?
Yeah, it's two guys.
What a bunch of jerks.
I know. They just peel out of there. They don't want to deal with it. And then the better part of this story is about across the parking lot, there's a police officer in his car doing God knows what, playing Angry Birds on his phone or something.
Back then it was probably Angry Birds.
You know? And I'm literally hobbling to my apartment. I go in front of the officer. Nothing.
Do you think he even saw it?
I don't even know. But
why didn't you tell him?
What's he doing? Because I was traumatized.
Oh, you weren't in your right state of
I was
mind?
trying to get home because I was freaked out and I was my leg's broken, my bike's broken.
Did you leave your bike there?
No, I dragged it behind me.
Oh my gosh.
I was freaking out. And anyway, so it was really traumatic and the car hit me and it's not a victimless crime, guys. It's not funny, Dylan. It's not funny. It's not a thing to laugh about. And I have not rode my bike since.
Oh, wow. You reminded me of that thing I was trying to remember this whole time.
Oh, great.
But yes, I'm back from peeing, and it went well.
Oh, good.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, so we don't have to cut that part out earlier since you remembered it, but don't forget it. Go
sweet.
ahead.
Yeah, crap.
Oh
you
my
kidding?
gosh.
Wait, say what you just said.
It's not a victimless crime. Stop laughing at me, Dylan.
Oh, there we go. Boom. There we go.
Nobody said
When people
anything.
say, this is back in reference to
Just say it. So before
saying
you
people
lose
say
it.
that aren't accurate, is that crap. I'm just kidding.
I would be so upset.
When people say it's not funny, like you say something and you and like two other people are laughing. You remember like in school, like teacher, like that's not funny. Or people would say it all the time, that's
Right.
not funny, bro. Actually, technically, if you say something and you and one other person or more is laughing,
Then it is
then
funny.
it is funny. Because the definition allows for your opinion to set the standard of what's funny, right?
Well-
Which goes, remember I said how opinions matter as long as they don't conflict the definition?
Right.
Right? This is one of those cases where it was you know, that's not funny. Just because it's disturbing and it hurts somebody does not make it not funny, right? Or whatever the example, because somebody didn't like it, doesn't make it not funny. It means that you don't like their humor and you didn't find it funny. So the appropriate response would be, what you said was not funny to me and a few others.
And a few others.
Right, but I guess
that just rolls off the tongue, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
so that's why you need a new acronym. Or you know what? Here we go.
Here
now
we
I'm starting
go.
to get it. A new word.
Okay, let's do
So you
it
just
right
put them
now.
together. So what I just say? It's not I'm gonna write these down. So
It's not funny.
it's not funny
To me.
to me
Oh my
and
lord.
A few
a
other people.
few other. I'll say others. We'll make it easy.
Yeah, you just said others.
a few others.
Now you need to pronounce it.
Even if,
Oh my lord.
even if you yourself
That's too wise, bro.
and
Do you are
and
there any
hold
words?
on, and
Oh my
a few others found it
Funny.
to be so. All right. So basically,
I've already checked out.
basically, here's the acronym: INFTMAAFOELI.
Now you have to pronounce
No,
it.
we just texted somebody.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, I get this. Now I get what could have been a paragraph." Because I mean, they'll just figure it out. It's common sense. Because
Common sense.
Because you just said something that was funny, and then you just put that right there. Text that, and so guys, write that down, and that's how you let people know that what you heard wasn't funny to you.
Good. Glad we can make
New
that
slang.
a little more complicated.
Yeah. Guys, it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 letters.
Well,
And that's what acronyms are for, shortening things. And that's what we did.
Yeah,
We
and
just took
I
a
mean-
paragraph and made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people make hashtags out of that many letters
Throw
anyway.
a hashtag on it,
Yeah.
and you got some hip stuff. It's super diggity.
Yeah.
You know what I
Instagram,
mean?
Super diggity.
Twitter,
Instagram, or you could take your time. and
or
it
you
could
can go
be
to the old
modern
person Facebook. Modern.
Wait, did you say old person?
Oh, yeah.
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, you're an old person.
What about MySpace?
I mean, oh Lord.
just kidding.
MySpace is now a music website.
Yeah.
See, I'm in.
Does anyone else know like my yearbook, or was that just my generation?
I heard about it.
I have yearbooks from the past, but I don't know if there's
That's
a
not what she's
social.
talking
I know,
about.
I'm sure she's referring to
So
social.
does anybody actually know? Do you guys know who owns MySpace?
It was
Mike
Tom, right?
Zuckerberg.
No, that's
Wait.
Facebook.
Oh, it's Facebook.
Mark
Gosh darn
Zuckerberg.
it.
It's Mark Zuckerberg's brother. No, it is actually Justin Timberlake and Fox.
Oh, that's interesting.
I guess they're not the original designers. I'm sure.
No, MySpace was. I actually think it might have been. No, I wanted to say it was Fox back then, but I don't think that's accurate.
Can we do a poll really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
For the listeners.
Let's go ahead.
So we've been trying to figure out who's the last generation to use MSN as a messenger program.
Never used
So just tell us, because
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier today. We were trying to figure out who's the last generation to use MSN Messenger. So if you don't even know what it is, message us. Tell us
Age.
your age and your what's the term for your like millennial or Generation X? What are those called? Like your generation, I guess.
Yeah,
tell us what generation.
I know what you were looking for, but
you could give graduation date. That's
that'll
probably
work.
easier.
Or your age, either one.
Yeah, or age.
That'd be even easier.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to assume somebody graduated, Rob.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, and this, I am a complete believer that you don't have to graduate to be successful. But anyway, that's for a different.
You gotta have
Absolutely.
skills, guys.
That's for a different.
Absolutely.
That's what he told me at age 13.
I told Amanda back when she was like 12, 13 years old, I was like, you need to start developing your skills.
Did I listen? No.
I also told you start saving your money.
That's funny.
Well, the skills that I developed over time were not useful for profitable means. So.
Any skill is useful, Michael.
I'll tell you guys later what my skills are. I guess you could find a way to make it profitable.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they don't have anything in common with what we've been talking about so far.
No, it has nothing to do with like skeeting or usage of words. Obviously, I don't communicate very well. That's why I get frustrated, because I'm right in the middle between the people that know how to use words and those that are making them up. So I'm like, what is going on?
So I have a fun story that kind of puts these two together. I actually started developing my skills, which are like web design, graphic design, all that kind of stuff, from MySpace. For those of you who don't know, MySpace used to be like prehistoric Facebook.
Prehistoric. Good word.
Prehistoric Facebook. And you would design your own little website, your web page, and you'd have to use HTML. So if you'd go to some of these people's pages, there'd be like thousands of these like glittery GIF text stuff, and like it takes for like 6 years to load, because back then everybody was on dial-up or a very, very, very early version of DSL.
Don't assume that, Rob.
I'm not allowed to assume people's internet speeds.
No.
No, bro, come on. We just lost a bunch of viewers.
I started learning HTML on MySpace because I wanted to actually make my website.
You wanted to be cool.
I wanted my webpage to look
You're
awesome.
like, ooh, ladies, come look at my MySpace page.
That was my whole goal.
I'm playing some Linkin Park in the background.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how, like, because you feel like if you have your music on there, kind of like the ringback tones, it's cool to play your music.
Oh, that's not cool.
You wanted someone to call you when you were around the people, so they got a taste of your music. So they got so you get to show off how cool you are. You know?
Yeah. Now you're the douche if your phone rings in public at all.
Yeah.
Well, when are we gonna get to the point where pulling up to a gas station or something, blaring your music so loud that it's almost painful to you? Well, I guess they get acclimated to it, you know.
Yeah.
But they get to like, so other people can hear your music. Like, you're forcing me to hear your music. It's it's overwhelming, the music that I'm playing, and I can hear your music, and it's not, sometimes it's not really music because there's no instruments.
Does that offend you?
No, not offend. It frustrates me, right?
It's obnoxious.
Because it doesn't hurt me, like, you know what I mean, but it like annoys me to the point of I can't hear the music that I prefer, and no one else gives a dog crap that you know this song.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of the dudes that walk through freaking Walmart with their phones on speakerphone.
Oh,
yes,
man.
or like people FaceTiming in public.
That's the evolution of
It's
that.
like,
That's the worst version of
stop.
that. Yeah. So far, thus far, yeah.
College campuses, you can't go on a college campus without seeing that.
Oh yeah.
At all. Like in the elevator, like, oh girl, did you just see what he said?
Yeah, you know, put your freaking like piece of technology down and learn to socialize and interact with people.
Well, that is what they're doing.
Well, the people around them.
Right, yeah, and the ones in close proximity.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of actually brings a really good point. Go ahead, unless you got something based on that.
I mean, either way, they're learning to, their interaction skills are getting worse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because they're limiting themselves to only the thought process of that you could sit there behind and mask yourself before you actually give a reaction, instead of like, if you and I are talking or we're on this podcast, I have the opportunity to sound dumb a lot because I have to think on the fly. But if I was to text those things and put them on this webpage, it would sound amazing, you know?
Yeah, you have time to
really
think of
refine
it.
Yeah, you don't get the diarrhea of the mouth. Like asking people out. Twitter. We're going to go back into another episode about technology, but dude, Tinder or whatever I think it's called, I never even used that. I guess because I've been in a relationship for a while, but these things, looking on my friend's shoulders and then like show me stuff, I'm like, you don't even, there's that whole game thing, you know what I'm talking about? That's still a word. That still means the same thing. Going up to somebody and asking them out is like gone, you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, and people are never like straightforward anymore. They're like,
they're always shady AF.
Yeah, shady AF. But they're always like either, oh, you want to hang out, or like, let's just text. No, like go straight forward. Like, hey, let's go out. I want to have a relationship with you in a romantic aspect, not, hey, homie, let's be buds.
Hold on. Can you imagine somebody asking somebody out like that? Be like, hey, Amanda, I want to have a relationship aspect. How did you say it? I want to have a relationship or I want to hang out in the relationship aspect, or however you said it.
I think what she's trying to say is that they display it differently. Like if I was back in my day, I guess you would call. I'm not even that old, but it seems like so much has changed in the last decade. It's ridiculous. But you would actually, if you wanted to hook up with somebody at a bar or a club or an interaction.
What does hookup mean to you though?
You get together with them, right? And you have sexual intercourse or relations or whatever, handsies, whatever.
Handsies.
Anything that's more intimate anything that's more intimate than high-fiving, right? Or Netflix or chill is the new evolution of that.
Yeah.
Right? So
you know what? Actually, the way you said that,
variation of that.
The way you said that cracked me up because it's actually Netflix and chill. You said Netflix or chill, and that's actually technically what it would be.
Yeah. Just call it like my brain's trying to put together.
Right.
But it was that point where you were just kind of more straightforward, and you came forth in a way that your body language, because you're talking, asking out, kind of showed you as well. Even if it wasn't, you didn't say those exact words. You tried to show that you're somebody they'd be interested in, because the traits you have show you have it together, which is subconsciously what brings somebody security and makes them know they want to date them. But then they think sex is like bowling, right? It's like and that's why there's STDs everywhere.
Can you elaborate on why people think sex is like bowling?
Because they think it's a sport or a fun activity, and it shouldn't be.
Why'd you choose bowling, though?
Because it's a fun activity that groups can engage in.
Yeah, and it involves balls.
Oh, okay, great.
And slamming things,
Oh.
No,
all right.
So I was trying to make a connection where people go, "That's good." No.
I don't think you're gonna get that reaction.
It's good, still good, or it's flake. It was flaking.
It's flaking.
You got the frosted flakes. Right?
Yeah, that's the one.
That was ultra frosted.
Okay, everybody, keep an eye out in the Just Plain Nonsense store. There's going to be a T-shirt, the Frosted Fleeks.
They're great.
That's where they're just so fleeky.
They're great.
It's out of control.
Oh.
They're Gucci.
Yeah.
Fleeks, they're Gucci.
Super Gucci.
Dude, my ears are hot because I've been laughing so much right now.
All right, so anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so they display that there's something that has an appeal, but no one gets to actually interact that way, so they're confused on what they want. And then all of a sudden the chick gets pregnant, and then the dude is like not a good dude, or the dude's a good dude, and then the chick doesn't want to be with him, or whatever, back and forth. There's many variables, there's no good or bad guy in that one.
Yeah.
It's, situationally based. But in that, they don't have no idea what each other wanted, like ever. And then like, oh, guys aren't men anymore. And that should have been a girl voice. Guys aren't men anymore. And then, men are like, chicks are all crazy whores. And it's like, the reality is that if you both communicated and like dated for at least one or two times and maybe ate some food together and learned your middle name before you screwed that person and their roommate's best friend in the same week, because weekends mean it's time to try to hook up, right? Mm-hmm. Or, whatever.
Netflix
Get jiggy with it, right? As Will Smith once put it.
That was a good way of putting it.
Thank you.
That was a family-friendly way to put it.
If they want to go bowling, you know what I mean? That's going to stick. That's the new thing. Like, hey, girl, you want to go bowling?
You want to go bowling?
And hopefully she heard this podcast, because
she'll be expecting actual bowling.
like it's going to be cosmic. Yeah, we're going to
No, I have to tell you, like,
many frames.
many frames.
Hope you brought your good shoes. I'm saying, because it's going to get slippery.
Oh, stop. So much.
And you're done.
Too far.
You're right.
Amanda, please continue.
No, literally this guy one time.
Slippery means classy.
Oh, classy.
I changed that too.
Oh,
right,
okay. Nice cover.
But he was like, he literally said this word for word. He goes, I'm going to hug you so hard the next time I see you. It's like, what does that really mean?
That sounds like rape.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because that wasn't a question for, would you like to hug really hard?
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to hug you so hard.
I actually told this girl, my friend, I said, I had a crush on you back when, a long time ago. I was like, I would have dated you so hard. And she started laughing. I like using that. I think that's fun. Doing something hard to somebody would usually hurt.
Yeah, would usually.
But in this instance, it means like a lot.
Oops, sorry.
Careful. Careful now. In this instance, it means a lot. Like it's kind of like the overuse of literally.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I would literally do that. That means I really, really want to do it. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying, I would hug you so hard. He's like, I really, really want to hug you.
Yeah.
Or you might just end up having to go to the hospital with bruised ribs.
I have a burp stuck between.
Oh, that hurts.
This is going to be number 3 for you on this podcast. Your 3rd burp today.
Really?
Wow.
I don't remember any of the
Racking
burps.
it up.
I think I'm really sleep deprived and then just trying to stay caffeinated.
Yeah.
Stay caffey.
Back on the miscommunication thing is also like guys have this thing now where they are calling their girls like how do you say that?
Derogatory?
Yeah, terms like
Deuteronomy. It's a book in the Bible.
yeah. But like, oh yeah, that's my hoe. That's my
Derogatory
like,
terms, yes.
Yeah.
And
It's just like,
But when you have chicks that promote it, like,
no, they do.
yeah, I'm as ride or die. But like, okay, first of all, like, if you accept the title, you deserve to be called it because you gave consent to it,
Yeah.
right? Or,
And you wanted that.
yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, for me, my wife is, I'm not one of those guys that says you can't cuss in front of my wife. You have the right to do whatever you want. But if you're in my house and you call my wife, or actually if you're anywhere and you call my wife a B word,
Yeah.
As you know, so I've tried to clean up my language a lot. But
Except for that one earlier that I had to bleep out.
yeah. He's joking, listeners. No, but seriously, I can defend my wife because I feel that's natural to me. But I think that with words, because words matter, we're breeding a society that makes each other not accountable to each other. Like men and women
It's
don't
too
matter.
casual.
Or as people don't matter. Yes, exactly. So now the things that are derogatory become culturally normal. Like I was saying earlier with water holds memory, that even if you yell into water long enough, it'll actually have a negative effect on it, right?
I'm just going to say that you did not mention that on the podcast, so nobody knows what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
That was where that was on the little bullet point notes I was going to talk about. Anyway, never mind. Disregard that, guys. Everything matters, and if you do something, well, actually, you can go leave it in here because I'll bring it together here.
Okay.
So water, has memory, right? If you can even contaminate it, right? So society and people and these relationships and culture is getting contaminated because derogatory things become the norm. So you have to have a new type of derogatory, which means you add and grow derogatory and less of the other. So like if somebody called my wife that name, they would be getting very close to me as far as
You would hug them so hard.
I would hug them so hard. I would skeet them. I'd fleek them. No. What's the new slang for like hit somebody in the punch their nose through their face? What is that? Is there a slang for that yet? Because there should be.
How about just destroy them?
How about?
That just goes back to I'm gonna flex on them. I guess. No, that's not
That's
right.
when you pour something on
That's
and you
not
sauce
right.
them.
No,
I'm gonna sauce them.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, long story short,
You've learned nothing.
I can't, man. I gotta take notes. There should be a college course in this, but it wouldn't matter because then it would all be irrelevant and old material next semester. So, but anyway,
They just have to get the next book, the next textbook.
but see, like what I was trying to say is, but I would defend my wife against a derogatory term.
Right.
And yet others accept that as a term of endearment. And I think the real reason, not to sound like Dr. Phil here, if people still know who he is that
He was irrelevant last semester.
yeah, it was so last semester. So I would defend that because that became my new norm, right? That became like that was to me because that was the old way, right? And you could establish a new way and still be relevant. But I felt that I was always connected to people that way, but people are going to connect that way. So their kids are going to get worse. We have to fix it now in our time to where positive words and positive terms, don't, outgrow the negative because, now the value we have on each other when we date is not there because we already gave a negative term. And he's like, he cheated on me. Well, why wouldn't he? You agree that you're a bitch. So like you said, you have no value. And depending on which definition of the word you use, there's still negative definitions. So like, that's the one thing we keep in mind is that we should start looking at men and women to hold each other to a higher standard and don't let them Netflix and chill unless like you're both know each other enough to know that he's not some creepy rapist guy with AIDS. And that would help a lot with the whole disease situation and communication if we all started being more direct instead of this slang. But that's my little rant on slang time.
Well, you shouldn't Netflix and chill anyway unless you've been in a relationship for a while. And
well, people will get mad if you say that, But like I think that they should at least consider the fact that if we treat sex like bowling, like with random if you have that many bowling partners, the thing is that we should learn to actually just hang out together, and that since you're exchanging bodily fluids and it's disgusting scientifically, as far as from a biology stance, it's a lot of information exchanged between a lot of people, and it can become very dirty, right? So if you at least have a positive way you communicate to each other, at least that exchange will be better will follow, because you'll have people that, like, a woman will have integrity again, and a man will have respect for her again, and then same thing for her reverse, in retrospect. Right. So I feel like it all starts with language, and that's why this whole language thing was so relevant, relevant, not irrelevant, because of the fact that it affects everything in general, right? So slang is actually pretty freaking fun, but it's pretty dumb when we use it in certain ways. So we need to learn to balance how to communicate more effectively and actually use direct words. You know what I mean? That was a weird rant.
No, it's good.
They got serious.
It's I agree with you, because I believe that what you say like has power. Like, I believe, because that's why I've been telling myself like all kinds of stuff that I'm gonna be this person. Like, as I grew up, I was telling myself I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I constantly tell myself that, and that I'm actually achieving that now. Mm-hmm. So it's I really do believe words absolutely have power.
It's kind of like the law of attraction thing, Yeah, like if you have a negative attitude, you wake up and you stub your toe, and you start being angry the rest of the day, and then the whole effect of everything gets worse and worse and worse because you're angry, and then now at work you don't get promoted because you're the guy that nobody wants to talk to because you're always angry, right?
Right.
So there's always a ripple effect. Everything matters with words. So I think that this is one of the most important things in our generation we should learn on, meaning all of us alive right now, is that we need to focus on our language and communication. And it's slang's okay, but I think we need to make sure that we understand each other, because miscommunication is the biggest problem.
Right.
Which is, it's hilarious when you look on, I literally, and I'm using literally.
Literally.
Yeah. Was scrolling through Facebook, and I had seen an argument that I read the entire thing, and this guy was screenshotted the argument between him and the woman he just broke up with. First of all, that's demeaning to her and him, because it makes them both look weak and stupid, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I did not understand what they were arguing about. Literally did not understand what they were arguing about.
So did you ever come to a conclusion?
Sense. No. And I looked at it and brought it to my wife. Hey, girl,
Yeah.
And I go, what is this about? Like, I'm actually confused by this. And she looked at it. She was like, I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Was it just because of the language used? Or?
Yes, but other people commented on it because they knew them. And some of them got on there and was like, yeah, that is, whatever. And then one chick actually got on there and was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, there you go. But like,
my girl.
Yeah. And then another guy got on there and was like, wait, I'm confused. Who did what? And then it started confusion. And then people started arguing with each other, even though they were friends. I was laughing so hard at how dumb it was, but it was funny, but not funny. Cause it's like, this is what I see on a daily basis with people in that age group. Like, when me and my wife argue, that made me mad. That hurt my feelings,
Yeah.
That BB dropping me down on that, what? Like,
yeah.
What?
Well, and also, like, all social media platforms kind of, like, water down language anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just, I feel like that's just
convenience. It's a lazy culture now.
Yeah.
Like, I watched no compassion for, there's these people in Walmart, and they went and got those Walmart carts, for the handicap, and they were just rolling around having a good time. No concern that somebody might actually need that. Mm-hmm. And I looked back later and I saw some old lady looking around. She's like, oh, and somebody, one of those college kids, when I say kids, college kids, so adults, drove by and saw it and then just kind of went
kept
around.
Going.
Didn't even concern. There was no awareness that somebody else, it was just all me. So so that's why you get the communication you have now, because it's what's convenient, easy, lazy, abbreviation, and acronym. Or just, I don't care enough to be receptive to what they have to say. So
what I say is more important.
Yeah, there's my emotional response with these words that actually make no sense, because because you've ever been so angry that when you argue, you don't make much sense. Like me earlier, I was ranting. It happens, right? So that's what that is, but they don't even pay attention in school because they got their phones underneath the desk, and their priority is no longer, what the heck? That's a huge bug. See that?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a bird?
It's a bat.
Nah, it's a bug, bro. Anyway.
It's a narcissistic culture.
Yes, very much so. Anyway, I don't want to go too much on a rant on that, because I want this to be another ranting episode. So here's a little fun fact for you. Mosquitoes.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
That bug could have been your perfect segue, and you didn't even use it.
I know. Hold on. Can we... Man, look at that bug. It's giant. Speaking of bugs. So Can I tell you something about?
fake.
Can I tell you
No, that
something?
was perfect.
Can I tell you something about bugs, about mosquitoes?
I would love to hear something about bugs and mosquitoes.
Did you know that only the female mosquitoes suck blood?
No, I did not know
It
that.
has to do with the internal incubation of the baby, right?
Oh, really?
Yes. So they're the little ones that get behind your elbow and your neck or whatever and suck your blood. Guess what the male mosquitoes do?
Oh, what?
They're the big ones that fly in front of your face and ears and distract you and get swatted. They sacrifice themselves for the
Wow.
female mosquito.
Wow.
Now,
So is it a team effort?
yeah,
like, do they-
I mean, it makes sense in nature since that seems to happen. I would say that's a team effort. It's
So do they
nature.
know that they're flying in your face, or are they
Yes.
just?
Well, I think it goes back to the nature thing. Like from where I'm from, I communicate with my wife. We have a good relationship, so I see value in her. So if something came against her, I would be the thing that so she could feed the kids because
Right. You would distract the
I
bear.
would distract because
so she could get the food.
The old school mentality is that my back's bigger and stronger, right? That's you can try to deny those truths, but so it's natural for me to go against something to so she can help protect the young because she's better at that, right? She has that better connection,
Right.
So that nature shows through many species. I wish it would show in modern culture because people try to be each other because they think we're equal because of what we can do, and we're equal because of how valuable we are, which is different, right? But I'm not getting into like a rant on that one, but because I'll piss off a lot of college kids. But that's reality, right? And even with mosquitoes, that's cool that how they can look out for each other. They take the gender thing out of it, right? I'll take all my jokes out of there. That I was going to say. Because I'll say that to my wife because she has a good sense of humor and she knows it's out of love.
Well, if you're listening to this podcast, you have to have a good sense of humor,
Absolutely. Or
or you're not going to enjoy it at all.
So, but see how they work together though? Like they could not survive without each other. And that's why we're getting so dependent upon things like the government and grocery stores. And I'm not going into we should.
Salmonella.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we're living on top of each other. And even though we're living on top of each other as a culture, because we don't communicate, because we do these, because the way we interact with each other through the type of communication with the negative, and the lack of respect and integrity, we're literally killing ourselves and dying off because we can't actually get along. Like relationships are dying off, right? Children in stable homes is dying off. Mental illness is growing, which means the mental stability is dying off. Like everything about us is degrading because we can't freaking communicate, But if we could be more like the simple things in nature that don't deny their nature and their need for their roles, everything around us sets an example except for us. We're getting away from that because everything's based off of the pleasures of our body and not respect for each other. Now, both are good in moderation, right?
Oh yeah.
But people don't respect each other; they respect themselves. And why not, dude? If I go hit on a girl and she doesn't like me, it's like crap, man. I built up for that. I learned from that. I learned to get stronger from that. But if I can just swipe left or freaking right, you know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. She a B, move over. Next one, right? And then I still had time to think about things. So there was no real interaction, and you don't respect people because now they're a program. You know what I mean? That's all they are. They're a relapse program and to get you to fill that void in your life, which is built through the struggles of relationships and learning to communicate.
They're an object that is easily discarded.
Yeah. And then they're like, I don't want to be I'm not an object, then stop freaking allowing yourself to be one. Because right now, sorry, chick, but you are an object. Like you're telling them yes when they're doing this, right? Men are pigs. And yeah, because you're letting them be pigs, right? If you told them no, I'm not talking about rape because that's less than 1%, way less than 1% of sexual interactions. I'm talking about actual consensual sex, right? He does this. Well, why would he? Like you're giving it to him already, And I'm not talking about just sex. I'm talking about you're giving him in your life, in your body, and your interactions and your time, because time's more valuable than money. And yet all they have to do is call you a B word and have good swag. You know what I'm saying?
He got the swag part right.
Did I nail it? Sweet.
You got it right. Yeah.
Yeah, I swagged it.
Swiped it.
That was wrong.
You got it right the first time, whatever.
Ding, ding, ding.
But, I mean, that's I think it's why I'm frustrated because I see this, especially each generation. They think that we're dumb and they're growing in culture and we're outdated ideas and we're wrong. Yet we do it so much better than them. You know what I mean? It's just a house that's degrading and it needs upgrades. Changing things is good, right? But changing things the wrong way can cause more problems, right? If I'm going to fix a house, I'm going to hire an electrician for electricity. I'm going to hire a plumber for plumbing. I'm not going to just wing it, right?
Wing it.
Wing it.
Now, all right, Amanda, now you're going to get a ton of like Facebook follow requests now.
Oh, of course I am.
Oh wait, probably. Well, they want
As long as I understand that her last name's Wingit.
Only for 2 more days.
only for 2 more days.
Oh, then you're not going to know. Interface. There you go.
Yeah.
She's protected.
So it's fine.
You don't have to have this. Yeah. See, her and I had the same thing with stalkers.
Yep.
There's one watching me right now. I can guarantee I can feel it.
A doctor watching you?
A doctor stalker. She has dentists, and I have doctors.
Oh,
stalking
I
us.
see. I don't have any stalkers.
But they can never hit me with their car and skeet me because I'm just too quick.
Just quick.
As soon as I see their headlights, I just start. I start duping and dapping away. Because I'm
Because you're on fleek.
I'm feezy.
No, please keep going.
No, I'm done. All right, so I don't know. There's the thing about mosquitoes. I didn't want to. There's that. I thought that was a cool little fun fact.
Yeah.
I'm getting bit by mosquitoes as we speak.
Also, hey, if you ever want to get on the show as a guest, you should do that because, as my guests have seen consistently, which means Amanda every time,
Number
Shane,
one fan.
Dylan, and a few others, is that I give out free Rayvac batteries.
Yep. I got 2 packs last time I was
I'm
here.
hoping that they hear this and they're like, you know what,
We're going to visit.
They're like, I need some batteries for my remotes.
AAA.
well, that and the company Rayvac will be like, you know what,
We're going to.
we like these guys. They support us. We like the way they throw our name out there.
Yeah, Rayovac.
It's very well done.
Rayovac, if you guys are listening, we would love to have you be our sponsor.
Yes, absolutely. And then we will charge. I was gonna reserve it.
Man, you're just full of puns today.
You can charge our podcast.
Wait, is that slang, or are you telling them to send us a bill?
Only if the slang doesn't get us sued by Rayvac. Like, hopefully it means something positive.
Positive.
Stop with the puns, man.
I can't help it, dude.
You know, I said a pun earlier. You didn't even realize it. And it
What was
broke
it?
my heart.
What was it?
You're like, oh, the car's fishtailing. And I was like, was that a fishtail?
Oh, I missed it too.
Yeah, you guys broke my heart about that.
Dude, well, I'm sorry. We were just.
Yeah, you can pretend to laugh now. That would make me feel better.
I'm gonna make us feel good.
Okay.
About what we did, so we
Okay.
don't have to apologize. I was so concerned about his well-being when he was telling the story, since it was about a car accident, that I couldn't get your joke because I cared so much for his well-being.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Boom, guilted or flipped it.
Flipped it.
You just got fishtailed.
I just thought it was a bad pun.
No, that wasn't. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
It makes me feel bad if you don't laugh.
Yeah, I'm not laughing. Hoe bag.
I'm going to save you. So batteries, if you come on the show, we will give you. I actually have a large stock of them for some reason. I acquired a giant box because they weren't actually given to me, or nor was I told by doing anything by radio.
He did not,
Did you
he did not steal them.
But I didn't. But I didn't steal them. So that's all that matters. So it was neither of those two things. I just so happened to have a giant box of a bunch of 8-packs of them. So I hand them out to people. Kind of giving them.
A goodie bag.
Give them some power.
I'm empowering them to watch
stay
TV
positive.
and use their entertainment, to stay positive and to live a life of enjoyment at home. Because they're always charged up, ready to go.
All right, and I think that is a great stopping point.
Yeah, especially as I overuse the same one, try to reach for a new one. You're fine. What else we got here? I tried Rocky Road Oreos this week.
Yeah.
I'm doing all kinds of advertising.
Have you tried the watermelon one
Somebody
before?
pay us.
Wait, hold on. Watermelon Oreos?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're good.
That sounds
Really?
disgusting, but I want to try it.
Try it.
I won't spend money on a pack, but if you guys
You don't
buy a
like
pack and bring
Oreo?
them by.
Oh, you mean like
Oh, I love Oreos.
like the exotic Oreos?
Well, Amanda knows all about these things because she is what is it? Some sort of school teacher person.
Oh, I'm assistant pre-K teacher.
Assistant pre-K teacher.
3-year-olds.
That's
So
why
she
she's so
deals with
fluent
all
in
these little
slang.
snacks and stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the 3-year-olds are going around.
Yeah.
Actually, from the stories she's told me, the 3-year-olds are going around saying that stuff.
Goo goo got geezy.
They do. I have some pretty funny stories from the kids.
So, do you want to tell some of those stories, or are you going to continue with what you're saying?
Oh, I mean, I don't care. I can share some mic time with her.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're sharing mic time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of these stories, I can't
Oh,
say
you're done.
names.
You're done.
I'm done now.
Good.
Okay.
Your time's
Well,
up.
I'm not going to say names because
You can change the names to
they're
protect
little,
those
little
involved.
babies. I love those little babies. But we were sitting at lunch table. We have like family style, so they serve each other, learn hand-eye coordination and all that stuff. So I'm sitting there, and we're supposed to provoke conversation during this time. And one little kid was like, "Yeah, my daddy just got home from, being gone for a while." And I was like, "Yeah, are you excited that he's home?" He's like, "Yeah." And Mom's really excited because they go in their room and wrestle like 2 times a day. And it's like, and they're like, "Why? I don't understand why they close the door and I can't come in there and play with them." I was like, "Well,
What do you say in that
I was
situation?
like, Mommy and Daddy just need
Be
some,
thankful
some
they do.
time alone. Like,
They're trying to make you a brother.
it's just like,
They're just bowling.
they're bowling.
Ooh, Amanda, you
I
clicked
know.
hardcore on that one.
Sorry, guys. They're bowling. They're bowling. But no.
They're just dabbing. That's it.
They're spilling the tea on their fan. That's what they're doing.
Oh my god.
No, daddy's just saucing mama. That's it.
Oh, you keep taking these in the worst directions.
No, that's how you interpret it, bro.
Well, I interpret them in the worst directions.
The words aren't defined anymore by their old meaning. They're not tied down by that. It's
No.
wherever you want it to be.
Imagination.
However you take it is just whatever, right? So anyway,
Oreos.
the Rocky Road ones, the new ones, they are delicious. And I don't even like Rocky Road ice cream. Because it's a textural thing, right?
Right. You know
I like
what?
that, but-
I used to hate pecans. And I didn't like Rocky Road ice cream either because of the pecans.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Pecans.
it's not pecans. Thank you.
It's pecans.
You don't even
We're
ever.
from the southern state, so now
This
it's
is
pecans.
not. This is not the South.
It's pecans. Thank you.
I'm from Houston, Texas, and I don't say that.
Well, sorry.
So anyway, I
sorry
used
about
to,
it.
Sorry, not sorry.
We're going to have a South versus North battle here.
Hashtag sorry, not
No,
sorry.
we've already been through that. We're done with that.
Okay.
It's called the Civil War.
Whoa. That was really good, though.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I hated pecans, right? So when I lived in Houston, we had a pecan tree in our yard. You know, the thing that surrounds your house, the yard. And we would be playing out in the yard and stuff, and I would find little like nuts, and
you shouldn't eat nuts off the ground.
I've learned that. That was actually the point of my story. And apparently they come in shells, and I would crack it open and I would try to eat it, and it literally tasted like dirt. It's like it would fall apart in my mouth. It was so incredibly dry, and I was like, I hate pecans. But that was because I was probably
Are you
eating
sure
the
that's
dead
not
ones.
walnuts?
No, it was
It
pecans.
sounded like walnuts to me.
It looked like pecans. Maybe it was
That reminds me of a question, though, I have for you.
grated walnuts for me.
Yes. Well, maybe the younger one. It depends. I don't know. Is there a slang for the term yard birds? Because you said yard.
What's a yard bird?
Yeah, I
Somebody
think
who sits out in the yard?
No, isn't that like a prostitute that leaves the inner city and goes and like follows you all the way to your house and like stands on your porch and like just kind of like what? It's almost isn't it like a prostitute that like stalks you?
I don't know.
A
I
yard
mean,
bird like
Is
they hang
that a
out.
thing?
I'm a small town girl. I don't know anything about
Well,
that.
I've heard that term. Isn't it like a chick that like just kind of stands
No, a
around
yard-
waiting on a guy to get back with her? Like,
think a
but he's like-
yard-
That's a gnome.
But she's kind of slutty, but she doesn't know why. I think I'm making this up.
You're definitely
you are
making that up.
too.
But yeah, I mean, she's like waiting for him to get back. But the reason why they're not together is because she cheated on her with his cousin and like 5 other people. So
Cousin.
no, dude. So nobody wants to be with her. So she's so desperate, she stands in people's yards waiting for somebody to like take her out on a date. That's a yard bird, right?
I think you just made that up.
That's it.
I really think you did.
I didn't sleep. All right. So anyway,
A yard bird is
it's the thing. See, here we go.
it's a new military recruit.
Basically the same thing, right?
Unless military took on a new meaning.
Especially one assigned to menial tasks.
See,
that is a yard
menial
bird.
task, hand stuff.
See, all
And stuff.
right, you're done talking for the rest of the podcast.
You're right.
Your mic time has been cut off.
I'm way too tired. So
I thought you were going to say Mike Tyson. I was like,
Your
what?
Mike Tyson
I'm
is
way
cut
too
off.
Mike Tyson.
Way too.
No, she was talking to me.
You know what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna get a hold of this and they're gonna spread this stuff I'm saying that's garbage and it's gonna be the new slang and we're gonna be so lost in modern society.
I know. And it's going to be your fault and you're going to feel
It
guilty
is.
for it.
I am because I just complained about it.
Yeah. But
This whole time
you're
I've been mocking it.
And you're the one establishing it now.
yeah.
And next thing you know, I'll be taking pictures of my food. And
yeah. Founding father over
At
here.
least you're a trendsetter.
There we go.
Hashtag trendsetter.
Are you?
Hashtag I'm cool. KEWL.
Hashtag that is incorrect. All right, you guys. This has been a fun, crazy, just nonsensical podcast. I had a lot of fun.
It was pretty
Me too.
stupid, yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely want to thank Amanda for coming out and hanging out with us. For Dylan for the little tidbits that he had here and there. He was afraid to get on the mic. Everybody.
His background noises.
Yeah,
He's shy.
he's shy. And then Shane for sleeping in
in
the
his car outside.
Yes, and
He's asleep in his car.
we kind of forced his hand because we were complaining about how he snores.
How he snores.
Yeah,
edit
he
it out.
snores really bad.
Okay,
So there's that. And before we go, I'd like to thank Amanda on my own accord there
Yeah.
for teaching us the words of the New English.
No problem. It's the new world language.
I like the way you said that. That just sounds. The way you said it is perfect. The words of the New English.
Yes. So that was fun. That's all I got on that one. Let's wrap up this episode.
All right, so you guys go check us out on justplaynonsense.ninja. We're on iTunes. You can listen to us and actually watch some cool little animations on YouTube. And go to our store, buy our shirts, hoodies. We're going to have a new one out there with the corn fleeks. Make sure you go check that out. That one's going to be coming out just especially because of this podcast. All right, we're out. We'll see you guys later.
All right.
Don't forget I'm the #1 fan, y'all.
I bet you were saving that up, weren't you?
I was.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, I'd like to also add in, yes, you should give us money for our shirts and advertisement. So that way, all of your apparel is, give me a second, blinging. Boom.
Dude, you got it.
Blingin'.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All right,
We're
that's
going to go
it.
out on top later.
All right, later.
Bye.
That was so good.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Rob, answer your phone. I want to hang out and you're not replying. So whatever. Bye.